Hey everyone, Sergio with the Rideshare Guy. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Wheel. Today I'm joined by Ronnie from the Windy City, Chicago. We're going to get into that, but I have a quick announcement to make. I've been doing Behind the Wheel, which I enjoy tremendously over the past couple years or so. We've done hundreds of episodes, and it airs every Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern. It's not a rebrand. It's we're not changing anything about it, except that we're going to kind of split it into two versions of behind the wheel. I'm sure as drivers, newbies or veterans, you have some crazy Uber stories, right? And we want to hear about those. We're either going to do behind the wheel, crazy Uber stories, or behind the wheel, we're just going to talk about rideshare, or depending on the driver, what they want, because they'll take, they're the guest, and we can do a hybrid. So email me, Sergio at therideshareguy.com if you're interested, if you have some crazy Uber stories. Who doesn't? I have a few, and I'm sure Ronnie's going to talk about his. So, Ronnie, I'm going to shut up now. Introduce yourself, who you are. I know we said you're driving Chicago. How long? How many trips? And what'd you do before rideshare? All that good stuff.
Yeah, so my name is Ronnie from Chicago, from the Windy City, as Sergio said. I've been driving with Lyft since the initiation in Chicago, since basically the summer of 2013, July of 2013. So probably one of the first 50 drivers, actually, because the first drivers were hired in June. I was hired in July. It was a face-to-face interview, which nobody really knows about that. So that's how that was. And I love driving, always loved driving in my life. I thought it was just a fun activity, as crazy as that sounds. And I got hired. I've been driving ever since. I enjoy every aspect of it. And
What'd you
been
do
doing Uber
before,
for probably
Ronnie?
about 7 years as well, too.
What'd you do before then?
Before this, my background's in psychology. That's what I
Oh,
have my degree in. So, and while I was in college, I was working in the banking industry, so sales for about 10 years.
do you trick all your drivers, all your riders into tipping you with your psychological tricks?
I could if I wanted to, but I don't like that because I decided I don't want to sell anybody anything ever again in my life because it became very toxic for me in
I
the
get
banking
it.
industry, and that's why I just decided to leave. Almost completed 10 years in the banking industry with that, and I said no more of this. And then I actually started working with kids who were handicapped and specifically autistic, and I did that for about 2 years during the pandemic, and that was a lot more fulfilling for me.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
so I definitely looked to Uber.
what kind of car do you drive, by the way?
I right now I have a Hyundai Elantra. It's a hybrid, so it gets beautiful miles per gallon.
Yep, perfect
Basically
car.
between 50 and 60 miles per gallon.
Yeah,
If
absolutely
I try
perfect
hard, I get
price.
60. If I don't try hard, I get 50, which is beautiful.
Okay. I'm assuming you're a full-time driver?
I always like to respond. I'm almost like a double time, because
Double
I'm out
time.
there a lot. I'm out there a lot. So
Yeah, okay. But you said you Lyft only. Are you Lyft only?
no, I do Uber too. So I've been on the Uber system for about 7 years now. So
Okay.
Lyft just over 12 years since the beginning of Chicago, and then I decided to get onto Uber about 7 years ago. So I do a little bit of both, but really I do mainly, I would
Lyft.
say I drive mainly with Lyft. A
Okay.
little bit of Uber.
Is there a reason for that? I mean, you like the app better, you like the clientele better, or what is it?
Clientele is still a little bit better, definitely.
Okay.
I definitely like the app better, a lot less glitches, in my opinion. There's a lot of goofy things that happen with Uber. With Lyft, I would say it's pretty compared to Uber. Lyft is just they working on the app really well. Um, and plus the rewards for Lyft work for me way better than the Uber. Uber, I don't really care about the reward system.
Okay.
Lyft, I'm on the top tier, so elite drivers, and
Okay.
you get a lot with that here in Chicago and probably nationally, and
Yeah.
it does help a lot with
Okay.
earnings and other things too as well.
Well, I asked that to every driver I interview. So, on Show Me the Money, we have a saying. Um, are you a cherry picker or are you an ant?
Oh no, definitely cherry picker.
There,
Pretty much
which are
always been
they?
a cherry picker. And I agree with you 100%. You got to cherry pick. If you take every ride, you're just going to fail. You have to really kind of have a strategy, a plan, and how you want to attack everything. So yeah, definitely cherry picker.
All right. So you're a veteran. How many trips do you have under your belt on both platforms, you think?
Both platforms, but I also did drive with Via when Via was here. A lot of people
Okay.
don't know about that. Smaller company when it was here in
Yeah.
Chicago. Combined with Via, Uber, Lyft, all of them, probably 25 to 30,000 trips, I would say.
Wow. Okay. So you've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, right?
Oh, yes.
And I'm gonna ask this one more time, and I think I'm gonna stop asking this because everybody's answer is the same. Tell me two things you like about rideshare, and tell me two things you dislike about rideshare.
Um, Two things I like. Well, the first thing, which everybody agrees upon, which you say everybody says the same thing, is the freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom is number one. It's you literally have the option to drive when you want, don't have the option to drive when you don't want. Like the last few days, I didn't drive. I was just taking a break the last 2, 3 days or so.
Okay.
So that's number one. Um, Number two, it's just um, the act of driving. I just love being on the road. It's very
Yeah.
meditative for me, even in the chaos a lot of times, because I'm a really patient driver. I'm a patient person out there.
Okay.
So very rarely do I get road rage on the road. So because I'm patient, it works for me. I just love being behind the wheel, and um, that's probably the number two,
Okay.
second reason. But there's many, many reasons.
Oh, everybody does it for their own reason. Just give me one thing you dislike about rideshare, not two.
One thing I dislike about it
Or the companies, actually.
are the companies. I would say the main thing that I dislike about it is the probably the safety aspect of it.
Okay.
That's number one because when it comes to obviously there was problems in the past with fake names,
Yeah.
people requesting for friends who are not even verified in bad neighborhoods on the weekend. It's like that's just a horror story waiting to happen. So when it comes to the safety reasons, I would say that's number one. Like if they could be verified or for sure have everybody have their ID on file, and you can only request it for yourself, or if you're requesting it for a friend, they got to be verified with their ID and all that stuff. So I would
Yeah.
say safety is my number one thing. I'm always looking out for my safety when I'm driving.
Okay. Well, I should mention you are our latest dash cam winner. So you have a dash cam now. If you didn't have one before, I don't know. But for a full-time driver, you should definitely have a dash cam. So a couple
I
more
do have
minutes
a
on
dash
this.
cam though, but by the way, I'm sorry. I was
Yeah.
going to say no, I had a dash cam for the last 5, 6 years. I used
Okay.
the Van True N3. But to have another one, if I get a different car or something like that, why
Sure.
not? Or maybe it's better than the Van True, but we'll see. But I
We'll see.
definitely
But
be happy about that.
so we're gonna spend a couple more minutes on your schedule for the day, right? You say you drive a lot. So, and you're a cherry picker, right? Obviously, you've been driving 12, 13 years. So you know your city like the back of your hand,
Oh
right?
yeah.
You know the rhythm, you know where to be, when to be, all that stuff. But give me give me a little flavor on your daily schedule. Let's say you're going to put a full shift in. What are you doing? When do you wake up? What do you do?
So typically in the last 2 years, I really changed it from how I did it in the first 10 years. Last 2 years, I've based one big thing that I've switched is I don't really like to do the drunk crowd and the Friday, Saturday nights anymore.
Okay.
I let the 22-year-olds and the 21-year-old drivers do that and stuff. I don't, it's just not worth it to me like it
Yeah.
used to be. So I basically switched doing that and I wake up super early in the morning. So my perfect day is waking up between 2 and 5 o'clock in the morning, usually 3 or 4 in the morning and taking rides where there's no traffic, where you're not going to have problems. People want to go far places, scheduled rides. I love scheduled rides with Lyft. Lyft has beautiful scheduled rides. They're beautiful. It's a beautiful system compared to Uber.
Yeah.
Uber, I don't even know what they're doing when it comes to that.
Yeah. Well, the reason I think one of the main perks of being an elite driver on the Lyft platform, you get first dibs on the best scheduled trips, which I
And I
think,
love that. That's one of my favorite things as being an elite driver, and that's why I maintain my status as an elite driver like that, because that is just a beautiful thing. And I think the last thing that I heard is that there's only about 5% of the drivers, at least here in the Chicago market, that
okay.
are elites. So I'm only competing with 5% of the drivers, not the 95%.
Well, that's changing too now because, as you know, they changed the point system on Lyft, right? It used to be within certain hours you get the max points and you don't get points for driving other hours. Now, all hours, all dollars you earn basically is going to earn you a point. But competition may come around because of that. But
It is coming. I can see
I
the
do like
percentages
their
going up
idea
now.
of offering the best trips to the to their best drivers, to their loyal drivers that drive a lot, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so this part is over for me. Do you have anything to add to rideshare? Because it gets quite boring after a while. But I think we need to jump into the crazy story time with over your past, I don't know what you said, 12 years and close to 30,000 trips. I am sure you have a few. So share with us your couple that you're thinking of.
Well, I have the one. I have the one in mind here that I
Oh, one.
actually
Okay. All right.
I
Let's
have
go.
this. I have other ones definitely, but I actually wrote my notes here for
Okay.
this one in particular. But it was pretty intense, I would say.
Okay.
Uh, okay, so this was I believe it was on Uber. It was on Uber. It was a weekend night at around 10 p.m. Friday or Saturday. I arrived at the pickup address. This was a very safe neighborhood in Chicago. There's
Okay.
many unsafe neighborhoods. There's many safe neighborhoods. This was a very safe neighborhood, one of the
Okay.
safest you could be in, basically. Um, a woman in her late 20s, maybe early 30s, she walks out, opens my back door, and she places a package inside. She states something along the lines of, um, let me see here, hold on 1 second.
You can put it in front of you and read it if you want.
Yeah, I have it. I have it on my phone over here. Um, oh yeah, she states something along the lines that this ride is to deliver her package,
Okay.
and it's not actually for her. And keep in mind, this ride was not an Uber Connect. I don't take those. I have those
Yeah.
off. I wouldn't. I don't do that. That's just horrible.
Okay.
Until other rules change about that. So this was a regular Uber X.
Okay.
Um, I became super suspicious as she walked away. I had a gut feeling, red sirens and sounds going off. Reason being is that it seemed very much like she wanted to talk very little and have very little engagement with me.
Okay.
Also, the package itself looked highly suspicious and weird. Um,
Was there blood stains on it?
no, not that bad. If it was that bad, I would have just kind of, it would have been even different, but no blood stains.
Oh, well, thank God.
The most poorest packaged wrapped package that you can actually have ever, the poorest package that was ever put together. It was just
Porous, you
horrible.
mean like the way it was like put meaning like the tape on it or the box or
Yeah,
whatever?
the
So it's
tape, the
basically
box,
falling
how
apart
everything was
basically.
just in such a poor condition,
Wow. Okay.
really bad. And I'm
Okay.
like, whoa, this is just weird.
Okay.
Okay. So I honked my horn before she opened the doors as she was walking back to the apartment after she told me it was just for the delivery.
Okay.
And I asked her to return for a second. She turned around and came back. I asked her to confirm what was inside the package and if there's anything illegal or unsafe inside the package.
Okay.
And she said no, that it was just a gift that I would be delivering. Okay.
Okay.
I said okay. And she became slightly nervous that I was asking her these questions. I could see her body language.
Mm,
And she walked briskly back to the apartment. So a little bit more like she just wanted to get out of there now.
okay.
She just because she probably didn't expect this from her driver. The drivers just take the package and go and don't care about anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to describe the package and how poorly it was packed. Now, basically, the package was so poorly packed that it was like if I started driving, that package would fall apart, fall over, the things inside would just come out. That's kind of like how it looked. Um,
So so whoever put it together didn't care, and she said it's a gift. So if it's a gift, you would think it would be packed better,
oh yeah, 100%.
right?
Exactly. This is
So you're like playing now, you're playing like detective in your head now.
I'm playing a detective in my head, and I am a pretty detail-oriented person when it comes to just
Okay.
things in general. So I'm always
All right.
figuring things out. I
Uh,
just figure things out no matter what it is. I'm always looking for that.
Okay.
Um, so let's see, was
See, now
the
people are going to say, how come this guy doesn't remember it? This is like so, or, so vivid and whatever, because you're reading your notes, right? So I'm going like, if that happened to me, I'd remember it because I remember my memorable trips like yesterday. I still can visualize it. So, but you go ahead.
Oh no, I remember it very visually. It's just the fact that I don't want to be long-winded, and then also I
No,
don't
you can
want
be
to
long with
miss
it. We'll have
any.
time. I wouldn't worry about that part.
Okay, I just don't want to miss any important parts. That's the thing. I
Okay.
wrote things
Because you're
down.
setting it up
Here's what I
now. You're
wrote.
setting it up. So we'll see. Okay.
So I was able to actually basically, because it was so poorly packed, I was able to actually see what the contents are by moving basically a finger over the package. Just move this a little bit, and you can actually pretty much see what was going on. So
Okay.
I opened the package, I was able to see what was inside, and I'm not going to get into what it was yet.
Okay.
I called the passenger on the Uber app, and I basically talked to him for probably about 15 to 30 minutes
Do you
in
mean
total.
the person you're delivering to, or
The
the
person I'm delivering to, yeah, because the person who requested this ride
was that person?
the person who requested the ride was in the suburbs. They requested the ride that I arrive in Chicago in a good neighborhood for that person, the lady who came out to
Yeah,
deliver
yeah,
the package, to
yeah.
bring it to him.
Okay. So the lady
Um,
was just like I don't know, what do you call it? The delivery person from the house to the car. Basically, that's it.
from her apartment complex to my car, she just put it in, delivering to the guy who requested the Uber X.
Okay, so but the delivery point is good neighborhood, right?
The delivery point is a fine neighborhood because it's way in the suburbs. It's like
Okay,
northwest
and the
suburbs of
pickup point
Chicago.
is great neighborhood, right?
In the Chicago, it was a great neighborhood too, as well.
Okay, so nothing to be suspicious about. Okay,
Right. In that sense, no.
yeah.
Um, okay, so let's see.
So you're talking to the rider or the
I'm talking to
passenger.
the rider for about 15 to 30 minutes during this. And basically, I'm asking the rider just questions, just like I asked the person who put the package. And I'm like, hey, just wanted to know if there's anything illegal in this. I have to deliver this and I have to make sure I'm abiding by the law. Um, and he basically said, no, no, there's nothing illegal. It's just a gift. It's my friend. She's just delivering a gift for me. So that's all it is.
Okay.
At this point, I already know it's in the package. I already know what the contents are. So
Oh,
there's
well,
a,
don't
so
tell
that's
us yet. So,
right, right. I'm not going to say yet. So basically, so I'm talking to that to passenger who
so I'm
wanted this
assuming you
delivered
said
to him.
15 to 30 minutes. I'm assuming it's a longish kind of trip.
No, no, 15 to 30 minutes. I'm talking to him. I'm basically questioning him. I'm
No, I
playing
know, but
detective.
I'm saying that's a long time. So all the way through driving. She put the package in your car. You kind of figured out what it was. You slide it over, start the trip, right? Now you're on your way.
Oh no, no, I never started the trip
Oh, you never
because of,
started the trip.
no, I never started the trip because I saw what was in the package before I start the trip. I want to make sure I'm good to deliver it. If I start the trip,
Oh,
I'm going to
okay.
deliver it. I
Okay.
didn't start it because I saw what was in the package before I started it. So
Okay.
now other things have to happen. So
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
talking for 15 to 30 minutes while the timer is going.
Okay.
Okay, that's what happened. So
Okay.
basically, I'm questioning him like a detective, basically pretending to, but not ever verifying that I'm a cop. Because a few times during the conversation, he's like, "Man, what's going on here? Like, are you a cop? Are you undercover cop or something? I'm confused. Why is this happening?" Of course, I can't say yes to that because it would be illegal. I can't say I'm a cop.
Right.
So I never actually answered the question. I went around it, and I kept on pretending and showing as much as possible that I'm a detective, cop, making him feel that way to make him nervous.
Okay.
And the reason why I do this is because I'm trying to prevent him from doing this in the future, taking advantage, exploiting Uber, exploiting the drivers to be used as whatever it is that we're
Okay.
delivering, because sometimes it's
All
not
right.
good stuff.
Okay.
So basically, those 15 to 30 minutes go by. I even asked the person on the phone to have the person who put the package in my car, if she can come back out again. I have just a few questions for her.
Okay.
He told me I'll try to call her, get her back out. I don't know if he probably didn't try, but he was saying, "Yeah, yeah, I tried calling her a few times. It went to voicemail. I can't get her out. She's not answering or whatever."
Definitely
So
fishy.
basically,
So, yeah.
say what?
Definitely fishy.
Oh yeah, very fishy. So she wouldn't come out and can't answer the phone anymore or whatever. So basically, those 15 to 30 minutes go by of all of that, making him really nervous now at this point. That was my intention because this
Okay.
isn't, passengers are not supposed to be doing this kind of stuff, of course. Um, so then I hang up the phone and let me see my story here. Okay, so yeah, we're almost at the end of the story. So basically, after that, I know it's in the package. I never start the ride. I do probably something like cancel or whatever whatever needed to be done. I don't remember. I never called Uber's support or anything like that either on this. So basically went to the police station with that package, and I was nervous doing this because I'm in possession of what's in there. And of course, what's in there is illegal. It's not right. And you guys could probably guess what it is at this point or something, or what it could
Well,
be like.
well, I
Went
guess
to the
would be
police,
drugs.
and it is. And
Yeah.
so basically, it was drugs in there. Not because I know that for sure, but when you see a white powdery substance packaged that way and everything that led up to it, you can tell it probably is something like that. Went to
Yeah.
the police went to the police station and I was nervous. Like, I mean, this is on my possession and there's nobody in the car. Like, are they going to believe me or not? I mean, why would I turn myself in? Of course, I'm not. Who does that? I
Yeah.
went to the police station. It was a nice guy. I told him, hey, I have this package. Gave it to him, and I explained to him the story, and he's like, wow, never heard of this story, man. These people are getting really, really intelligent in how to just transport things without being having the responsibility, putting the responsibility on everybody else. He
Yeah.
looked at it and he said, from his knowledge, it's probably cocaine,
Right.
is what he thought. And he did all the proper things. And he said, thanks for turning it in. I said, yeah, no problem, man. I just want to do the right thing. This, and I gave him the information, the passenger, where it was from, all the information that I needed to.
Okay.
And basically went from there. That package was basically like in a broken jewel bag, which is a grocery store over here in the Chicagoland area, jewel bag grocery store. It was like hold, and then it was like a broken shoebox within that, and then this thing was like taped inside like the shoebox that was falling apart, something like that. That's how you can tell it was just
Yeah.
so
Well,
poorly done.
so you were a drug mule. That happens quite a bit, actually.
It was a drug mule. It was a
Yeah.
drug mule thing. That's the only
Yeah.
time it ever happened to me, um, and um,
Well,
and the first time.
yeah. I mean, so there's Ronnie's crazy story. I mean, look, this happens quite a bit. Actually, it was in the news that drug dealers are using Uber Connect for delivering drugs or other, illegal purposes, right? So,
Mhm.
but I know you can pull one out of your memory. We have a couple of minutes remaining, right?
Mhm.
Give me a crazy story, not like this, but maybe, a couple doing something in your car or somebody's, drunk and doing whatever, the early days or whatever. If you can pull one out of your memory, do you have another one? A
I do
crazy
have
story?
another one. It's not too crazy, but it's one in which well, I'll just go with the story. I pulled up in it was another good neighborhood of Chicago. It was also a weekend night drunk people that I'm picking up. Probably picked up two girls and one guy, I think, and they were going quite a way where I had to go on the highway with them. And they were acting nice in the beginning, just how you are when you're drunk, you're fun and oh, you have a charger, this and that, and I obliged and I gave them a charger and all that kind of stuff. But they still wanted to keep the party in the car and they were wanting to put some music on. I put some music on, and this is when I was nicer back in the day. I was a little bit nicer, and I put the music. Oh, can you put it up louder? I put it up louder. And while we're driving to the destination, they're just going, they're starting to go crazy, like as in like this is like a nightclub inside my
Oh
car.
my God.
So basically, I'm on the highway at this point going 55, 65 miles an hour. And I did not like that because what they were doing is basically dancing, just like they were in a nightclub inside my car while sitting. So imagine that you're dancing while sitting, especially the girls. The guy was kind of just cool and relaxed or something like that. And he was just going crazy. And I, turned the music down. I told him, hey, let's not do this because my car was literally rocking left and right.
Wow.
That's how much while I was going 55 miles an hour. It's rocking left and right easily. So I decided, I told him one time, hey, let's not do that. I this is for safety reasons. It's good to have a good time. That's fine, but you can't be rocking the car like that and dancing. So let's just relax a little bit.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, they say, oh, okay, well, all right, fine, whatever, and they say that kind of stuff. And they stop for maybe about 30 seconds, 40 seconds. The music is still on. It's on a little bit lower or whatever. And they can't help themselves and they start doing it again. About a minute later, I said it again. I said, hey, you're doing it again. I'm not going to ask you one more time. Okay. Otherwise, this ride will end and I will drop you off in the next corner gas station that's lit up, that's safe, that I can see. And they didn't like that I said that and whatever. They say those small little dumb stupid things to the driver or whatever, and I don't care about that. And so I stopped. They stopped for another like 30, 40 seconds. They couldn't help themselves and they started doing it again. They actually did it again. And I said, all right, we're done. We're done with the ride. I got off at the next stop. 2, 3 minutes later, went to the next ramp. There was a lit, I think it was like a hot dog hamburger place, very lit. And it was three, four people in the car. So a guy and two girls, or two guys and two girls, something like that. Dropped them off. One of those girls did not like that, saying, "I'm going to report you, this and that." They already knew that they were being recorded. I had dash cam for a long time already at this point, and uh, so I had told him I had the dash cam, so it's fine. You can say whatever you want. I had to report that. I reported that right away. Whenever you have an incident, you got to report it right away. You got to be basically the first person to call. Basically, you're always, in a
One of
better
those
spot.
one of those GTFO moments.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it was. So
I've
yeah,
had
left
I've
them
had a
out,
few
and
of
they
those.
got mad, and
Yeah.
they didn't like it. We're gonna report you or whatever it was and stuff. And I reported to Uber right away, and let them know. I told them I have dash cam footage. Let me know if you want me to send it over, however you want to do it. And went on. Nothing ever happened, and I'm sure they got some strikes, and because it's probably not their first time, to do something
Yeah,
like.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. So, well, here we go. You know, I mean, we see it all, right? As
Oh yeah,
drivers, we've seen it
oh
all.
yeah.
And so, folks, if you lasted this long all the way to the end, if you have a crazy Uber story, email me, Sergio at therideshareguy.com. We would love to hear from you, and we'll put you on, just like we're doing with Ronnie. So Ronnie did play the drug mule. Luckily, it turned out okay for him. And because I believe if you just didn't pay attention and took that package, if you got pulled over, maybe you're getting tailed, maybe they're getting tailed, right? It could happen, and then I'm pretty sure you're going to jail
Hmm.
with drugs in the car.
Hmm.
But yeah, we take all the risk. Uber doesn't have any risk. We take all the risk with humans, with packages, with whatever, right?
Yep.
So there you go. So here's Ronnie from the Windy City of Chicago. Well, good to speak with you. We will put this out as is. We're not going to change anything about it. Like we always say, we don't put a muzzle. We don't restrict anybody saying anything, whatever they want to say. So
Hmm.
again, email me, Sergio at therideshareguy.com if you want to be on Behind the Wheel. Well, Ronnie, if you want to add anything, please do so now. I'll give you a minute. If not, great to see you. Please be healthy and stay safe out there.
Thank you. Yeah, one last thing I guess I would like add. One piece of advice, maybe a little bit unique piece of advice, not the usual that we hear. And this only applies to people that do have a dash cam. If you don't have a dash cam, it won't apply to you. If you have a dash cam and you do have somebody who looks like they're up to no good, they may report something, they're acting a fool, whatever it is, on those rides specifically are the rides that are extra important, that while you have the dash cam recording everybody, is for you to act super professional, be firm, very firm, and be professional and be nice. You have to have a balance of all of those, because if that does need to be sent to whomever, if you're the professional one and they're the ones acting a fool, it's easy to say who's going to get the check mark, so to speak,
Yeah,
on their account. So be very firm, be firm but nice, but and be professional. Don't act out, don't yell, be calm the whole time, of course, as long as you're not in direct threat or anything like that.
yeah. Well,
And so
grace
that
under
way you have
pressure.
good footage that's going to be on your side as the professional driver. And
Yeah,
that looks good on yourself too, to show how you handle the situation and how your customer service skills are and stuff like that. That's
yeah,
always really important. And drive perfect. Don't speed, don't go too slow, whatever it is, drive very nicely too. Because your dash cam that faces on the outside on the windshield, if that needs to be reviewed, be like, wow, this guy drives beautiful, drives better than a self-driving car. You got to drive really, really good on those trips. That's a piece of information. When you see that somebody's not acting right, those are the rides where you want it, because they may have bad intentions, of course.
yeah.
So.
I agree. Grace under pressure. There's Ronnie from Chicago. Please be safe. Enjoy rideshare. I mean, you do seem like you enjoy it, and you're gonna keep doing it. And stay healthy and keep in touch.
Yeah, you too, Sergio, and thanks for having me. And I appreciate your guys' channel and love it. Been watching it for the last year and a half, and keep on watching it. And you guys, I guess, are the most official rideshare channel on YouTube, I would say. I've never met somebody anything more official. So keep it going, and I look forward to being on there more and contributing a little bit more too as well. And thanks for the camera. I am very excited about that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So take care of yourself.
Okay, you too, Sergio. See you next time.
Thanks for watching this episode of Behind the Wheel on the Rideshare Guy. We've been doing these interviews for the past 6 months with very successful drivers from different cities around the nation. Click here for another episode. Make sure you subscribe and turn on all notifications for other episodes of Behind the Wheel as well as amazing content on our channel.